Hi, welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. This is your host, Steve. Up next in this video, I'll be continuing to build the Nissan GTR R35. I am on issue 12. Now in issue 12, we have packs 43, 44, 45, and 46. So this video will focus on 43, which is all the suspension components up front. Now, in this video, like I was saying before in previous issues, we got to handle those pesky bolts, those tiny bolts that you can't get your fingers on. If you can get your finger on it, fine, but I'm going to show you a little shortcut on how you can handle those bolts. So, if you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. They may be only taking pre-orders because of the shortages going on with the previous conditions with the COVID and all that going on in the worldwide pandemic. So be patient with them. I have not been receiving all my issues either. They've been a little late, but that's, perfectly understandable with what's going on. So like I was saying, head over and subscribe to this car today, or pre-order it if necessary. So new and exciting builds are coming up next year. I believe a word is called Eleanor, and that should be coming out next year also. So let's get started on stage 43. Welcome back. Since this is the first stage of issue 12, this is going to be stage 43 provided in this video. I'm going to go ahead and show you the entire magazine and the instructions for stage 43. The instructions for the other stages I'll show in the subsequent videos that follow this one. So let's go ahead and look at the magazine. And right away, they give us a listing of all the packs that are included with issue 12, and it's pack 43, 44, 45, and 46. If you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this car today. Probably the most technical magazine published by them for their car, and I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of good information found within this magazine. This magazine is also dated 2020, so it's brand new coming out. And we'll start off with the GTR story, and this is a upgrade your driving technique Nismo data logger kit. So they talk about how they were able to help owners to improve their driving skills, and of course they discuss here a rear differential oil cooler kit that was made available for this, and they had some other stuff. Data logger for MFD data logger, and they used a USB memory stick for that. MFD lap sensor kit. I mean, look at this is very technical here. And then the GTR story is a third-year relevation, the 2011 model announced on October 18th. 2010, Nissan Motor Company announced the launch of the 2011 R35 GTR model. It's a beauty. And then continuing on with that, on the story, it's a Nürburgring in 7 minutes, 24.22 seconds lap time upgrade, 530 PS, 6400 RPM, greatly increased power. So it's a very good article there. And then the Mechanics and Factory, multiple mechanical LSD, superb traction and stability are realized. And they were talking about the rear differential transaxle configuration combining differential oil cooling. So very technical there too. Then we get into the wheels and tires, demonstrating a true value of the circuit, exclusive to the R35 GTR, a high performance run flat, multi-performance from the circuit to snow-covered roads. And then they get into the strength of the wheel itself, able to withstand a 6-ton load in pursuit of lightness and strength. So there's a good article here on that. And Racing Legends, victory snatched from Nismo, car number 1. The R35 GTR plays second fiddle to Toyota's Lexus in the 2009 Super GT second race. And moving on, continuing on with that, flawless pit stops, teamwork secures victory. And that's a very good article here. Then we get into, finally we get into stage 43, our pack 43, and we're going to be continuing on with the front left suspension. We're going to add some more components to it, and we have quite a few steps here, quite a few screws and nuts that go in, so I'll be using the Loctite on those, and we have about 4 complete steps here, but there's a lot going on there. So let me get these parts out. There's a lot of them, and I will be right back. Here's the parts for pack 43 or stage 43, and we've got a lot of hardware in here and a few parts that we're going to be attaching to the left front suspension. So let me get these out and we'll get a closer look. Here's a close-up of the parts. All these parts are metal. So we have the upper swing arm base, and that's this right here. We have the upper swing arm, and that's this. And we have the hinge number A, as they call it. And then we get some EM screws and nuts, some FM screws and nuts. We get NM screw and HM screws. I'll be right back. Let's get started. Now we'll assemble the upper swing arm and base. And the upper swing arm, pay attention to how the base is positioned. I'm going to do it just like the instructions. You can see that's the bottom, that's the top. Make sure this hole here is sticking out on the bottom. And then the swing arm itself, we're going to make sure that it even has an L on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. And we make sure that this is on the bottom and that's on top. It's simply going to go down into there. And we're going to actually install the EM screws for this. And they're going to go in from the outside. And I might be able to get it on there with my finger, just to make it easy. Just a little patience, and it's on there. Very good. Same thing with the other side. That went in real good. Use my finger once again. Just a little patience with it. Appears to be on there okay. I don't think it's cross-threaded. That looks good. May need to tighten it down just a little bit here. So I'll use the wrench on that. Do the same on the other side. And I can Loctite these a little bit later, but that looks good. Next, this bracket goes down right on top of that, just like that. And I want to go ahead and lubricate those holes with my old standby, my Vaseline. put a little bit in there. That goes down on that, just like I showed you earlier. We put HM screws into that. Goes in there just like butter. There it is. Looks good. Now we bring over our suspension for this. In order for that to happen, I'm going to oil it up a little bit so it will slide on better. Try to get that in. Looks like it's in there. This is going to take an FM screw. There it is. FM screw is kind of long. Try my Scotch tape trick on this, which I know will work, and it does. Got it started. There it is. Okay, I'll tighten that down a little bit later. Put some Vaseline on here, which I will. Okay. And we'll go ahead and press that down onto there. As far down as it can go, and you can see that. We put an NM screw in on top. The NM screw has that flat edge on it. That's simply going to go down just like that. And lock that in. And there we go, locked in. You can see we still have some turning ability here. Not much, but it does turn a little bit. Might have to loosen up some of this stuff. And that gives me a little more flexible there, a little more flexible there. There we go. And a little bit of spring action there. And there we go, that's tighter. And And that's how that should look on that side. We'll flip it around, and that's how it looks on that side. Okay. And that's all we do for Pack 43 or Stage 43. We're working on the left front suspension, and that was a lot of fun. This is a lot different than what I'm used to seeing on some of the other car builds. But hey, this has been a blast. The secret is to use a little bit of the Scotch tape on the nuts to help get them down. I'm going to go ahead and apply some Loctite to the nuts so they don't fall off later on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. If you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this build today. And before I leave you, I'm going to go ahead and just put the Loctite on while you are watching. So I'm going to put it everywhere where there's a nut. There. And like I was saying, capillary, we'll put it in where it needs to go. That looks good there. And a little more right here. And that will lock those nuts in place. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.